Hi everyone. It's time for today's video based on New York Times connection game. It's basically a game where you create four groups of four words from 16 given words. You have seen the thumbnail, so you know what the first group we are discussing is. Watch to the end of this video, and I will also tell you the other three groups of four words, what each word means, and what they have in common. So today's puzzle, the first group of words is about thrust. So the first word is jab. Now, jab has a lot of meanings. Jabbing means to kind of stabbing. As you hear, jab means thrust, as in pushing somebody forward. That's what thrust means. Jab also is what you do in boxing. You know, you jab, punching, a type of a punch is jabbing. And I think jabber also could mean like talking or chatter. But also you can say, he jabbed at me, kind of like poked at me or kind of provoked me. That's also, we use the word jab for that. And yeah, so those are the words for thrust. I may have done a video on this before. Poke means, again, thrust as in push forward, but also poke means we have the expression poke fun of somebody, right? And then on Facebook, you have you're poking, stop poking me. On Facebook, you can poke somebody. That means, doing this with your finger to them, that's poking. Don't poke the bear, as in don't provoke the bear. So poke fun of somebody. And then, and then poke can be poker. And poker is the game, of course, the cards game that you play. And then because of that, you have poker face. And when you have a poker face, you have a stoic face that doesn't change. It doesn't belie what you're feeling. It doesn't reveal your state of emotions. That's a poker face. And then also poker, of course, poker is the thing that you poke fire with. So when you have a fireplace in your home and you use a piece of metal and then you move things around, that's called a poke. And thrust, another word for it is prod. Thrust again means to push forward, and prod means here to push forward, to push something forward. But also prodding is kind of like poking somebody, like, don't prod them. Don't, sorry for prodding. Sorry for, putting all this stuff in your space. Sorry for interfering. Sorry for, interfering in your affair. So that's prodding. But also prod is like a metal thing that you can. It's a cattle prod. It's the metal thing that you can electric shock like a cow or something to make it submissive if you own a ranch or something. So cattle prod is also, part of crowd control. They can use cattle prod to electroshock people, kind of like tase them. So that's prod. So prod is that thing, that metal, but also to prod means that to kind of poke, to kind of invoke, to kind of bother somebody. And then the last one is stick and trust. Trusted, trusting, I'm sticking. Stick, of course, in its purest form, simplest form is the noun stick, which means like, part of a branch or part of a tree. It's a dead part of a tree, a piece of wood. That's a stick. But also stick could be, a stick of dynamite, kind of like a single dynamite, right? That's a stick, or a stick of gum. So it's a unit. But also stick can mean to glue. And then that's why we have in TV, we have expression stick around, as in stay so that I can, show you more, stick around and watch these videos. So I wanted to say that to you, that English is a tough language to learn. And I appreciate you coming to my videos and watching these videos and following me and subscribing and commenting. And just understand that English is not easy. And the farther you go in English, the harder it becomes. It doesn't become easier. It becomes harder, because to master English is very difficult. I can say that after studying English for more than 40 years. But take heart. You're doing this thing, and your English is going to be better than most native speakers who were born in USA, Canada, England, Australia, those places. because those guys were born to it, but you're learning it and you're learning it better than them. So if you fall down, if you feel bad, if you feel frustrated, if you fall down, just pick yourself up, dust yourself up, pat yourself on the back, and keep going. Keep coming to my channel and watching your videos and watching these videos that I make for you. And I'm really appreciating that you watch these and share, and really I'm proud of you, and keep going. Okay, so stick can also be a verb, as I said. Stick, like stick to something, stick to the topic. Okay, like you're having a debate or conference about, I don't know, price of cheese in El Salvador, or maybe not. And then maybe you're talking about pollution in Los Angeles. And somebody talks about cheese in El Salvador and say, hey, stick to the topic. So stick means adhere. Stick means, stick, as in to stick, to get stuck. And then sticking out means to be prominent, to be conspicuous. When you're sticking out, it's not necessarily a good thing, because other people can notice you and maybe you want to not be noticed. And yeah, sticky means that something that it's, gets stuck. Okay, hey there, friend. Nice to meet you. I am Hamid. Sorry for the interruption. If you are enjoying this video and are looking to take your English fluency and vocabulary to the next level, I've got something special for you. I offer personalized one-on-one coaching sessions tailored to your unique goals and interests. Whether you're focusing on grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, or all around communication skills, I'm here to help you master English in a way that's fun and effective. Ready to elevate your English? Click on the link in the description below to book your session with me today. Let's embark on this journey to English mastery together. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more tips and tricks on mastering English. So these are the words that all mean especially. So one of them is mighty. Mighty means especially, apparently. But I am mighty angry right now. They didn't give me the raise that they had promised. Mighty here means especially. And mighty, it means might. It comes from might, right? Might means what? Might means power. So mighty means powerfully, powerful. And of course, might is, I might consider coming to your wedding if we're going to throw it in January or something. Might, the past tense of may, of course. But mighty means that, I'm mighty annoyed at you right now. You didn't come to work on time. So mighty. Then we have pretty. Now, pretty in its simplest form means beautiful, right? You're very pretty. But then it could mean, so it's an adjective, pretty, as in beautiful, but it also could mean, as in especially, you're pretty beautiful today. That means you're very beautiful. You're pretty unattractive. You're especially unattractive. This is pretty late. It's after 10 p.m. Why are you calling me now? Pretty. Especially. So that excuse that you gave the boss for being late was pretty lame. Pretty, especially. The next word for especially is really. You're really intelligent. You figured this out all by yourself, especially. Really, I was really disappointed. My parents didn't even come to my wedding. Really, especially. I'm getting really tired at your antics, right? Really. But then also it's like without another adjective, because especially it's like, really? I really wanted you to become a singer. Really? As in for real? As in, is that real? So I'm gonna go, really, as in for sure. It's not a joke. It's for real. This is really hard. And that's again, especially. I've got you, really. I'm gonna support you. So the next word is very, especially. Very. This is very proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm very proud of you. Very courageous of you to come here all on your own, unarmed. Very, very well. So very means like, especially it doesn't have meanings. But you could use very in a sense, emphasize nouns. This very house is where I was born. This very city is where I went to school. This very lunch is, that maybe not the best example of the very lunch, but this very city, this very man is my father, something like that. So the next are seen in Cinderella. So the first one is ball. Now, I think I've done videos on ball. And ball means, ball is the round thing you play with, basketball or football or whatever, soccer. But also, like your wrecking ball is the ball thing that you wreck things with. Miley Cyrus has a song about wrecking ball. But ball could be also a ball of yarn or something where you use for crocheting or things. But also ball means I'm having a ball. I'm having a blast. I'm really enjoying myself. So that's another thing. And I think ball is also some sort of a huge feast, like a gala. That's a ball, right? Of course, ball is a part of a man's anatomy, you know about that one. And then in that same vein, balls, you got balls. That means that you're courageous, right? But the expression I'm having a ball is basically means I'm having a blast. Then prince, sin in Cinderella, prince. Well, prince is really not that, doesn't have any other different meanings. Prince just means son of the king, right? The prince of Wales or prince of, Netherlands or whatever. Prince is always a royal thing, and which is a king's son. Pumpkin is just, another sin in Cinderella is pumpkin, and pumpkin is that orange thing that you can eat. It's a sweet type of, worms or something. I don't know what that is. And then, the most important thing about pumpkin is that, you can make a jack-o'-lantern thing with it. And then we have things like pumpkin pie and things like that. Another sin in Cinderella is slipper, because Cinderella had to wear the slipper. Now, sandal is the things that the things that you wear on your shoes. I mean, instead of your shoes. So slipper is usually more informal. Now, slipper is coming from the verb slip. And slip, as I said before, is when you slip, as in you slip when it's on the ice. You slip is slippery, and you slip. But the slipper has nothing to do, of course, with that. But the verb slip means that. So the next group is pasta shapes. Bow tie. So bow tie is the thing that looks like in French, you call it papillon, which is like this thing, that's a bow tie. And it comes from bow, and bow has many meanings, but, bow, kind of like to bow. And then tie has so many meanings. Here means tie usually is to tie. Without a bow tie, a tie is just, the French word is cravat. It's this thing that, it's a long thing that you have on your neck. That's a tie, like suit and tie. And then tie, in its simplest form means to tie your shoes, kind of, tie a knot, kind of like that action is called tie. But also tie is used in sports as a way to show there's a draw. The two teams are at the same place. Tie. And tie in general means that I'm tied with my sister in number of baskets we have in basketball. Tied or tie comes from that. The next one is pasta shape is elbow, and elbow is this here, this part of you is elbow. Now, to elbow means to kind of hit somebody in a crowd and elbow them around. And then elbow. So the next word is tube. Tube is a pasta shape. Tube means the pipe. In England, tube is the subway is called the tube. The plumber is the one who comes and helps with your tubes. But also tubes can be internal. Women can go to the doctor and men too can to close or to tie their tubes. And when they tie their tubes, that means that they can't have babies anymore. So yeah. And then And then tube, and then you got to understand American and British spelling are different. So American is tube, British is more like tube. So pay attention to that. And then finally, the pasta shape is a wheel. Now, wheel, be very careful because, again, we have the effect of long E, as in wheel, to short E, which is will. Wheel and will. I will go to your wedding. I will not accept your proposal, right? Will and wheel. But wheel is the thing that, the circular thing that your car goes on. That's a wheel. But also steering wheel. That's the same wheel. And then we have things like wheeling and dealing. And that means to kind of manipulate things and control a system, to wheeling and dealing. And then we have things like wheelhouse, having to do with the ship captain. And then you can express yourself, yeah, this is in my wheelhouse. That means that, yes, I can do this. This is fine. So yeah, have a great day. I will see you tomorrow.